The Dark Knight returns. The Batman is ready for another go. The sequel to the dark mega hit is one of the top projects currently being produced in Hollywood. Now there are finally some concrete clues regarding the story of the upcoming blockbuster. In this video, we bring you up to date with the latest information on The Batman 2. Despite the management change at DC and the full restructuring of the film and series division, the plans for The Batman 2 have not been altered. Although this Batman will not be part of the new DCU, he will belong to the so-called Elseworlds. That means alternative stories that have no influence on the events of the DCU. These Elseworlds also include the Joker movies with Joaquin Phoenix, for example. We can therefore expect the creators to be able to concentrate fully on the continuation of their vision from the predecessor without having to worry about the other movies in the franchise. Robert Pattinson returns in his role as Bruce Wayne. Before the first part, many fans and critics doubted whether the former Twilight star could live up to the expectations of a convincing Batman. Most of them, however, were likely impressed by his performance. Jeffrey Wright will once again be seen as James Gordon, and Andy Serkis will reprise the role of butler Alfred Pennyworth. Whether Zoe Kravitz will return as Catwoman remains unclear. In an interview with Collider in August, the actress said that there were many plans for the character. So far, however, no one has contacted her for the sequel. Things are getting exciting when it comes to choosing a villain. The Joker, played by Barry Keoghan, appeared for the first time in the finale of Part 1. In addition, a 5-minute scene was released in which Joker and Batman meet. However, he is only expected to play a minor role in the second part of the series. Instead, there have been recurring rumors that the Joker will be given his own series, which will take place between the second and third movies, similar to the Penguin series. Yet director and screenwriter Matt Reeves keeps emphasizing that the villain must not overshadow the main character, as is the case in other Batman films. Bruce Wayne is to remain the focus of the series. After the finale of the very successful spin-off series The Penguin, the choice could also fall on Colin Farrell as Oswald Cobb alias Penguin. Obviously, the character was already very well received in the predecessor, making a reunion in Part 2 an obvious choice. Another key character could also make an appearance, since Matt Reeves has long wanted to bring Robin back into the Batman universe. This would be a very spicy decision, as The Brave and the Bold, another Batman movie for the DCU which focuses on Batman and Robin, is currently in development. However, they are set to be played by entirely different actors. Which villain awaits us in The Batman 2 and whether Robin is involved naturally depends on the story. Part 1 was based on the comics Year 1, Ego, and The Long Halloween. It is not yet known whether there is any concrete source material for the sequel. It was evident from the style of the first film that director Reeves is trying to make the Dark Knight and his adversaries appear far more realistic than the DCEU, for example. At the same time, though, he is also a self-confessed fan of freaky villains. In an interview with Collider, he once said, "I just feel drawn to finding the grounded version of everything." So to me, it would be a challenge in an interesting way to try and figure out how that could happen. Even the idea of something like Mr. Freeze. That's such a great story, right? There are still many questions surrounding the exact plot. Robert Pattinson himself would prefer the Court of Owls or the Calendar Man as the villain. The Court wouldn't be so unlikely. It's about a secret society that rules Gotham from underground, extremely fitting for the crime and thriller feel of the predecessor. Calendar Man would be quite similar to the Riddler. Instead of riddles, he uses special holidays or other dates as the basis for his crimes. A clue to the upcoming plot can be found in the big season finale of The Penguin. Of course, this is a big spoiler for anyone who still wants to watch the series. If you want to avoid any spoilers, simply skip to the next section. By the end of the series, Oz has managed to completely eliminate the Maroni family. He was also able to send Sofia Falcone, who now calls herself Gigante, back to Arkham thanks to a brilliant move. His allies have apparently killed every crime boss in Gotham, so he is now at the head of a new syndicate. The series could therefore have positioned him as Batman's new great adversary. After all, he has made it all the way to the City Hall, where he now also influences city councilors. The connection to the movies is emphasized by the fact that the Bat Signal appears over Gotham for the first time directly after Oswald's coup against the various syndicates. Matt Reeves also revealed in an interview that the new movie will tie in directly with the finale of The Penguin. If this is true, then the series has created a ruthless villain who does not shy away from killing and betraying everyone he cares about, just to stay in power himself. As with the first movie, The Batman 2 is once again directed and written by Matt Reeves. However, he is not alone when it comes to writing and is actively supported by Peter Craig and Matt Tomlin, who also worked on the first part. Unfortunately, the beginning of filming was postponed several times due to the Hollywood strikes. The first scheduled date was November 23, 2023, followed by March 2024. However, this date could not be met either. As a result, the planned theatrical release date was likewise delayed. Instead of October 2025, The Batman 2 will now be released on October 2, 2026. Alfred actor Andy Serkis confirmed in an interview that Matt Reeves is currently working hard on the script and still aims to complete it in 2024. Filming is then expected to begin in spring 2025. We can only hope that production runs smoothly from this point on. So this is the current situation regarding The Batman 2. What would you think of the Penguin being the new villain? Or would you like it to be a little more twisted? We look forward to reading your opinion in the comments.